My name is Prasad. I come from Bangalore, and I was born to an amazing family with a lot of achievements from their generations onwards, actually. My father is an aerospace scientist with NAL, and my mom worked for FIBA Radio. Now, being the firstborn in the family, I was expected to become like my father, which was a typical Indian expectations. And I was born with asthma, and from the age of 2 till the age of 16, I was on wrong medication. And as a result of that, 60% of my lungs got damaged, my immune system broke down, and I developed rheumatoid arthritis. And as a result, my health was deteriorating, and yet the expectations were so high. Well, it just felt like I was completely worthless to the society, to the family, to anyone as such. I had no talents, no education, no character, no health. So it is pointless to be existing in this world when day in and day out, all that you hear is you're useless and worthless. So I thought I'd just rather kill myself than continue to listen to these negative words. And that is when I was asked to go to a youth camp. And I really needed money to run away from home too. So my mom had offered me some money, provided that I would go to the youth camp. And so for the sake of the money, I went to the youth camp. And there I heard the voice of Jesus saying, even though you are called useless, I still need you. And I can transform your life and make you a new person. So that was the first time I found somebody who was willing to change me rather than expecting me to change on my own. From that day onwards, I found identity, that I had a purpose to live on this earth, that God created me for a reason. I had nothing to offer to Jesus other than my broken life. So I was really not equipped in any area, even music actually. But at 19, is when I picked up an old broken guitar when I was in the Bible college. And I picked up broken strings, collected them, tied them together, put them on the guitar, and I started to practice 7 hours every day. So I saw that God put motivation inside my heart, He put passion. My dream was to go to one country in my lifetime. That was my ultimate goal in life. But when I went back to Jesus, and that's when Jesus gave this vision to travel to every country by 2010. And this was beyond my imagination.
How can I, being a broken person, being able to achieve this? He says, Benny, what is impossible for you is possible for me. And so I said, Jesus, as long as you are my provider, I will be your traveler. If God could use a broken life.
Whenever I shared my story, many of them would come back, reason things out. And for them, it's hard to understand how can a person so broken, so worthless, with so little education, could come up to life so much as such. And I always pointed out to Jesus Christ, who was everything to me.
And today, I'm able to tell the world with this one passport that God has helped me to travel to every single nation on earth.
The world record that I broke was in 2010, 22nd of November, when I arrived in my last country, Pakistan, and I broke 6 world records. And one of them is I became the fastest man in the history to travel to every country in the shortest time. So I went back to Jesus and I said, God, I have no more countries left to travel. What is your next step in my life? He gave me this vision that to go back and build a cafe back home in Bangalore to reach out to young urban college students who are depressed, suicidal, and lonely. So God helped me to design this cafe called Chai 316. Now, Chai means life in Hebrew, and 316 is John 3:16, which talks about eternal life. And we are dealing with many of the students who are lost, who are broken. Well, my advice for young people would be that, first of all, they need to know their identity, who they are. Because today they try to shape themselves based on what the society thinks, what others think. But once they stop that and they know who they are, the way God created, then that would really help them to move forward in life. And don't give up no matter how tough it gets, because life is precious and it is worth living and not quitting.